Andy Fraser's life reads like a song, full of rhythm, rebellion, and redemption. As the bassist and principal songwriter for Free, he wasn't just a player. He was a phenomenon. With his inventive grooves and melodic sensibility, Fraser helped create one of the most iconic sounds in rock history. While many know his name from the eternal anthem, All Right Now, his legacy runs far deeper, a story of raw talent, creative fire, and a relentless search for authenticity. Andrew Macian Fraser was born on July 3, 1952, in Paddington, London, to a Scottish father and a Jewish mother. Music found him early. By age 12, he was already playing piano and guitar, and by 15, he had discovered the bass, an instrument that would become his voice. Even at that young age, Fraser stood out. His playing was fluid, intuitive, and completely his own. He wasn't content to simply follow the rhythm. He created it, weaving melody and movement into every note. By 15, Fraser's talent had caught the attention of the London music scene. He joined John Mayall's Blues Breakers, a legendary incubator for great musicians that had already featured Eric Clapton, Peter Green, and Mick Taylor. But Fraser's stay was brief. Destiny had another plan. In 1968, he met guitarist Paul Kossoff, drummer Simon Kirke, and vocalist Paul Rogers. Together, they formed Free, a band that would forever alter the landscape of British rock. Though all were teenagers, their chemistry was immediate and electric. Rogers' soulful voice, Kossoff's emotive guitar, Kirk's steady pulse, and Fraser's inventive bass created a sound that was both raw and refined, a blend of blues, soul, and rock that felt alive in every bar. They weren't just another British blues band. They were something deeper, young, intense, and bursting with feel. Their debut album, Tons of Sobs, 1969, introduced Free's gritty energy, but it was the follow-up, Free, 1969, and especially Fire and Water, 1970, that established them as one of rock's most important bands. At only 17, Andy Fraser co-wrote All Right Now, a song that would become one of the most enduring anthems in rock history. Its driving groove and infectious hook perfectly captured the band's spirit, youthful, confident, and free. Decades later, it still fills arenas, soundtracks, and celebrations around the world. Fraser's bass lines were unlike anyone else's. Instead of locking rigidly into rhythm guitar, he played with melodic independence, almost like a second lead instrument. His lines on songs like Mr. Big and The Stealer showcased his ability to combine funk-inspired movement with deep rock weight. He brought groove to rock before funk rock was even a term. But behind the music, the young band faced growing pains. Success came quickly, and the pressure was immense. Tensions rose, particularly as Fraser and Rogers clashed creatively. In 1971, after a series of exhausting tours and internal friction, Free disbanded. Though they reunited briefly, the spark had dimmed. Fraser left for good in 1972, still only 20 years old. What followed was a restless period of reinvention. Fraser formed Sharks with Chris Spedding, then his own band, the Andy Fraser Band, exploring funk, soul, and R&B influences that had always been part of his DNA. He also wrote songs for other artists, penning hits for Robert Palmer, Chaka Khan, and Rod Stewart. His gift for melody and rhythm made him a sought-after collaborator. Yet Fraser's life wasn't without struggle. He faced industry challenges, personal battles, and years of self-reflection. In the late 1970s, he was diagnosed with HIV, and later with cancer, challenges that would have ended many careers. But Fraser never gave up. He became an advocate for LGBTQ+ visibility and HIV awareness, speaking openly about his life and using his platform to inspire others. His later work reflected this new depth, a mix of maturity, spirituality, and resilience. In 2005, Fraser released Naked and Finally Free, a deeply personal album that reflected his journey towards self-acceptance and peace. He continued to perform and record until his passing on March 16, 2015, at the age of 62. His death marked the end of an era, but his music continues to move generations, his fingerprints visible on everything from blues rock to funk to modern jam bands. Andy Fraser's genius lay in his ability to blend strength with sensitivity. He played bass like a songwriter, wrote songs like a poet, and lived life like an artist unafraid to feel. His groove was his truth, and that truth still moves us. As long as there's a crowd shouting, "All right now," Andy Fraser's soul will never fade.